paisanos. Welcome to the Hard Drive Podcast. We were formerly the Super Mario Brothers Super Show, where we talk only about the Super Mario Brothers Super Show. We've advanced, we've progressed. We are about so many more things than that now. Today, Jeremy Kaplowitz, my co-host, and I will be talking about the first episode of Super Mario Brothers 3. Hi, Jeremy. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm excited to jump back into Mario. You know, for those who have never listened to our old podcast, we watched every episode of the Super Mario Bros. Super Show, which came out in 1989. It was 60 episodes. We watched every episode of season 1 of Captain N the Game Master, which was another 15 episodes.
Also, the Mario Show package with 13 Zeldas, so that upped the count, and also 13 more there. Yep.
We watched all of those, and then we wanted to fucking die, so we ended the podcast, and we were like, no more. Let's just be a fun, normal podcast where we do whatever we want to do, and we'll sprinkle some Mario 3s in. And people said,
back.
No, you're not. People were like, you're not going to do that. You're lying to us. We've been lied to in the past. Podcasts, video games, everybody's just shoving lies down our throat. But here we are, keeping our word. We're watching Super Mario Bros. 3, Episode 1, Sneaky Lying Cheating Giant Ninja Koopa. So here we are. We're back, baby.
Here we are.
I think we're probably going to try to do these roughly once a month, not like exactly once a month.
Yeah.
Around
it sounds
once a month.
It sounds about good to me. When we have nothing else in the tank, it's always in the back pocket, that kind of thing. Guests coming and going.
Yeah.
Filling the cracks with some Mario.
It feels good to be back.
Yeah, definitely. It's fun. And these Mario 3s, we should acknowledge that our show did touch a Mario 3 episode before. We dipped our toes in with Mike Drucker. When you have an Emmy-nominated guest on, you say, hey, man, we can shake things up a little bit. And
famously, the only person on our podcast who ever chose what episode they wanted to watch.
We have definitely.
Like, do you care which one? And they're like, I could not imagine caring.
Or we've been like, hey, you like this. Do you want to do this episode with us? And people, we've profiled people or whatever you'd call it. But yeah, we didn't. All the ways I could have said that. He wanted to do the episode of Mario 3 where Milli Vanilli guest star. So it's obvious why. It was a hoot.
He literally was like, can I choose the episode? And we're like, how can you imagine a world where we say no?
I'm like, hey, what the fuck do you think this is?
Dare you, dude? We're going in order.
Yeah, this isn't some other podcast. This is.
I'm Joe. We are still going to. I think we're going to try to have guests on. We have a bunch of guests, so we want to have them on the podcast, and we're going to have them talk about Mario. I think it'll be fun.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah, we've been trying to get him on for a while, but
he said part of retiring from acting is retiring from podcasting, and I've been trying to explain to him podcasts. It's really. It's hard to get his ear,
He's been begging us to get on, but I will say right now, Noam Chomsky will not be on the podcast.
This is not a bit. I mean, it kind of is because it's sort of, of course he would.
But it's 100% true.
But he confirmed this himself, is what I.
There was a big controversy because Noam Chomsky. If you don't know who Noam Chomsky is, he's like a 90-year-old, political writer, anarchist.
He's a famous '90s leftist, and what I mean by that,
he's a leftist who wears T-shirts of Taz really big. No.
No fear.
He was on a podcast recently called Bad Faith Podcast, and they talked about voting, and it was a big viral thing. So I was like, what if we get Noam Chomsky on the Mario podcast? How fun would that be? And I sent him an email. The guy responds to every single email he ever gets. I don't think people believe us that this is real, but he really did email us within like 30 seconds.
People have every reason to believe it's not real.
Yeah, because it doesn't sound real.
This definitely needs a little bit of this isn't a joke.
So famous writer, political activist Noam Chomsky said to us, I wish I could manage. The rest of 2020 is so intensively scheduled that I can't add anything more, and it will be a few months before I can think about scheduling beyond. My grandchildren always insisted that I play that video game for hours. I was Luigi. Always ended up in a ditch or a lake. It's a perfect email.
That's great.
It also, what's up?
I think we should. Can we have a rule or something from now on? Any correspondence we have with Noam Chomsky should be read in a Toad voice. We almost should have done that. I'll read that in a Toad voice if that's appropriate. I think just for the record, we should probably get.
Okay, yeah, no, let's do it.
Here, I'll famous '90s. I wish I could manage, dudes.
The rest of 20 is so intensively scheduled that I can't add anything more, and it will be a few months before I think about I can think about scheduling beyond. My grandchildren always insisted that I play that video game for hours. I was Luigi. Always ended up in a ditch or a lake or a net.
Yeah, there's 3 things I love about this. Number 1, he doesn't rule out coming on the podcast.
Wish I could, man.
He's just like, I can't do it right now, but I can't even think about scheduling. But he's like, I could be on it in 2021. And let me tell you, January 1st, 2021, the first thing I am doing is responding to this email and
that's
being like,
so smart.
Hey, buddy, are you still around to talk about this? Number 2, obviously, I was Luigi. It's just a very funny sentence. Just 3 words. Noam Chomsky is not allowed to play any character other than Luigi.
Right. Which I think in our Slack, or I forget where, there was some speculation he might have been talking about Mario Kart with him saying he always ended up in a ditch. But that paints this weird picture of his grandchildren. Like, do you think he would ask if he could be a Toad or a Koopa?
That can't
and
be right.
And they made him be Luigi? I
think that he vaguely remembers Mario. That's my theory. Like, he just barely remembers it because he's fucking 90 and he's like, I don't know. I always ended up in a ditch.
Right.
Like,
so he was 70 when he played it. What are we talking about here?
My grandpa is 90 and does not know who I am anymore. So Noam Chomsky is allowed to forget the gameplay of Mario.
Dude, I wonder though. It's like, and I wouldn't want to do a hard sell. I respect the man. I respect his time and everything. But it'd just be like, do you want to come not be controversial or think about the election?
I do think it would be very funny. I can't imagine he would really enjoy it, but I would love to talk to him about Mario. And I think like we would. I think both you and I, we talk a lot about politics off of this podcast every now and then. But like I would say hard rule no politics conversations.
Hey man, Chomsky. There's 24 hours in a day, right? Yeah. This can be one that we don't talk about. That's all.
Against the rules to talk about politics.
Dude,
unless it's about Mario. Sorry,
I'm a younger brother, so I grew up being Luigi. So that's what I want to talk to him about. I don't,
Yeah. Anyway, I sent him an email, and I said, very understandable. Thank you for the response. I hope one day you get to be Mario.
Which is tasteful. I don't think there'd be, maybe.
So that's why no NOAM on this episode.
You think NOAM would play a Switch if we got one in his hands?
I think so. Why not?
We get him in with that. There was that game that Means made. What was that called? I forget.
Oh, tonight we riot.
Tonight we riot. And then we sneak him on Mario 3D All Stars after that. Once he's gotten into the groove of the medium. And then he'll fucking come on the show. I don't know. We got him reviewing games. This is my 6-month plan to get Noam Chomsky to review video games on our show.
I think we're gonna one day. I think we will stream Super Mario Bros. With Noam Chomsky, and we will let him play Mario.
Can we write Noam Chomsky into our next episode? We write.
One of the that's absolutely something we will do. One of the comments on Twitter says, "Have you tried contacting Chain Chomsky?"
Chain Chomsky.
A plus joke.
That's really great. That's really
a
great.
Good one. That's a good joke.
My first my millisecond instinct was like, it's gonna be a Wario or Waluigi thing, but that's so much better.
Yeah, that's a good joke.
Trying to be cute and look ahead, and I should just enjoy the fucking ride. So that's a bit of business. Noam Chomsky. I guess he did. Yeah, like you said, he didn't say hard no. He didn't say also don't bother me. So maybe if we have other subjects coming up, we can throw it out there. If we're gonna talk about fishing games one day, like, dude,
I will take advantage of the fact that he answered. I mean, he answers everybody, and people are DMing me like, "Hey, what's Noam Chomsky's email? Like, how do you contact him? I want to talk to him." Yeah,
it's just out there, right?
I'm not gonna fucking tell you. Look it up yourself, idiot. I looked up Noam Chomsky email and I found it in 10 seconds. I'm not gonna fucking dox this guy for you.
And he heard right back.
Yeah.
Too. It's amazing. So I don't want to. I would normally never mention this on its own if I didn't have a reason. You know what I mean? But my birthday approaches. It's this Sunday. If you're hearing the podcast in your ears, it was the other day. Who fucking cares? But I just want to joke about this on the air a little bit, or point out that was funny. I was at the grocery store early this morning, and I thought I'd buy a bottle of whiskey or something. I was like, I'm getting older, man. I'm going to turn 36. I think I should probably see what Scotch is all about, right?
Yeah.
Because that's like the more grown up thing. Do you know about that at all? I'm confused about bourbon, whiskey, and Scotch.
I don't know anything. I don't know anything.
Exactly those are. If it's all one thing, if it's three things, if it can be all the two. I don't know. Anyways, thanks for the happy birthday in the chat there, Miss.
Yeah, throw some mark emojis in there if you got them.
Get out of my town. You don't have to do that. Anyway, so I think I'm growing up. I'm gonna get more mature. I should buy some Scotch and see what it's all about. Do you know what? Can I tell you what a man at a gas station told me one day, Jeremy? I was buying a fifth of Southern Comfort, and a guy was just loitering, is the best I could describe it, up in the counter.
Very cool.
And he said, "You drink that Southern Comfort?" And I said, "Yeah, I like Southern Comfort." And he said, "You'll be drinking Scotch in like 5 years, man."
Was he right?
It's been longer than 5 years, but I thought about that man in the Sunoco station today when I was at the grocery store. But anyways, my mature thing of buying Scotch also was kind of cut into this by the fact that I bought the one with the fucking gnarliest name. Now, I don't know Scotch at all. I know maybe the big hitters, the Johnny Walkers and stuff.
Sure.
So if this is commonly known and been joked about a lot, my apologies. But I just bought the one with the fucking most rad name. Can you read this?
Highlander and Lord?
Yeah, dude.
That sounds fucking dope.
I'm drinking, yeah, man.
Blended.
Some Scottish. I got some Scottish Highlander Scotch.
That rules, dude.
Is that? Yeah, I don't know. I'm no connoisseur, yeah, but
Highlander and Lord Scotch.
Fucking tight, right?
Yeah, dude. That's that's what I want to know about.
Yeah, it burns like hell, and it says, yeah.
Not great review on
Is it Hoosh? Did I get some bad stuff?
Not a great review on Best Shot Whiskey reviews.
Well, no,
I guess it's a little less Highlander and a little more Highlander 4 or whatever the fuck.
Is that what they say on there?
No. It says no way Jose.
Oh, what the fuck?
I don't really see like what their reasoning is. I don't know what this stuff means, you know. The Highlander smells and tastes like a young blend that contains an above-average grain content and matured in casks that were used many times.
I thought that the grain count seemed high.
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
Do you remember off the air? I was like, grainy when I tasted this liquid fire.
It says use it as a mixer if you must. Gun to your head. Gun to your head. Drink Highlander if you must.
Jesus, I mixed it with a fucking Mix it with a fucking glass. Hello.
I hope you love it, man.
And his name was Doug Exeter.
That's exactly who it was.
Sorry, I promise we won't become some liquor podcast because I'm.
No, I think we should. I think we should start selling Jeremy and Mark, bourbon or something.
What? We just get fucked up and riff about the names.
I'm trying to think of what a fun name of like a alcohol that we could sell. You know.
That is, you see people doing like merch, like a band will make a beer or something like that. You can do that now.
It would have to be like a mozzarella milkshake bourbon or something.
Oh yeah, mozzarella milkshake stout. Mm-hmm.
That's a good one. That's good. I would drink that.
I don't know. You can just call it whatever the fuck you want. You don't actually have to have cheese in the beer, right? Or are we going for it?
We're going for it. It's a fucking Harry Potter drink.
This is a cheese beer.
All right, let's talk about this episode of Super Mario Bros. 3 because this is new for us. This is a new adventure. For those who don't know, Super Mario Bros. 3 came out 1 year after the Super Mario Bros. Super Show, and they replaced everybody except for John Stalker, who played Toad, and Harvey Atkin, who played King Koopa.
Mm-hmm. And so no live action segments, and then the voice acting is different for Mario and Luigi. So then across the board, instead of a live action and then a middle cartoon segment, they went almost this kind of, I don't know if it's more conventional, feels like it though, like two, like a, the way that like a SpongeBob or a million shows are or whatever. I don't even know SpongeBob like that, but 2 episodes per block.
Life and Times of Tim.
2 like 10 10-minute things make a half-hour episode, 2 unrelated stories, and so. That was nice too. We talked a little bit about some of the burnout we experienced. It was nice. We just watched one, so this is I guess technically half of the first broadcast of the Mario 3 show. Who cares? Hey, someone pitched in the chat hard drive hard cider.
I'd drink that. That sounds great.
That's good. That's a good thing. We'll send you a case if we ever make it. Okay.
Yeah.
So here's the first of those. It's just called Super Mario Bros. 3 now. It's a funny thing how the Mario Super Show was sort of modeled after Mario 2, and then so they're always like one behind. But now here's a show they just said this is the Mario 3 show. The Adventures of There's a really funny thing in one of the wikis that was just like, also known as Adventures of Super Mario Brothers 3, the Super Mario Brothers 3, Super 3, Mario 3 Brothers. Everything,
Brothers.
Every permutation every mom's ever said wrong somehow made it into the wiki about alternate titles for the show. I love it. You love to see it.
Real quick, hard drive editor Andy Holt suggested in the chat, Super Mario Bros. Super Show Sherry.
Ooh, okay. We're off to the races with this. I like it.
We're gonna make $1 billion. So this show introduces the Koopalings, who are kind of like the fucking Bush family of the Koopas, right? They're all these like little goofballs. They don't have the names of the characters. Like, it's not Larry, Roy, and Wendy.
Iggy and
it's Cheatsy, right? Bully, Cootie Pie, Big Mouth, Kooky, and Hip and Hop.
I know we should know, but do you know? Do we know? Is that like were they less developed in the games by then, or was it do you know what
couldn't tell you? I think a lot of these things they just don't care, man. Whoever wrote this was probably just like, I don't fucking give a shit, dude. I'm not gonna call my guy Morton. I'm gonna call him Big Mouth.
Yeah.
How are people gonna know Ludwig is kooky if he's not named Kooky?
I just checked out for a minute. I just pictured, okay, so we get NOAM, and then for some reason the bit is we just ask him the questions that we think he would know about the Mario show.
No, why do they name him? Why is he Bowser for a second in this episode? Like, what was the timeline on that? And he's like, I'm 1,000,000 years old.
Do you want to talk about, the election?
I just want to talk about the election. Right. So, I mean, why do you think they brought John Stalker back, but not Captain Lou? Was there an internal issue?
I know. I wonder what we think about that. Were those guys too Hollywood? They cost too much? Were they deemed part of? I mean, if they thought something wasn't working, if they changed it, right?
I wonder if they had some weird contract where they were just like, we have to do live action or something. You know,
It could be. I wonder, man, because it was like, there's a few things. Obviously, they just wanted to make a more straightforward show, but this also, it adheres to the video game a lot. And I don't know what other episodes are like, but this is like literally them like running. There's like question mark blocks in the air. You know what I mean? I don't know if you thought that too, of like it really just playing out like a video game a little bit more. And we'll talk about it later, but like to the point, almost to a fault, where they're just like, remember, if we get hit, we will shrink a little bit.
Right.
They really hammer home some video games.
I guess the first version of it just didn't sell enough toys. Kids were like, how do I buy a pizza or whatever? And they're like, that's not the point. The point is to buy Mario.
Right. Did they make, has there been a cool Captain Lou toy, I wonder?
No way. I doubt it. I would love a Radigator though.
Dude, oh my God. What? I mean...
Okay, so Get Lucky 12341 says the Koopalings have different names because this show was in development before they had English names. Get Lucky, I don't know why you're hanging out on the Twitch when you told us you couldn't be on the podcast via email, but NOAM, you gotta go do your job or whatever. You're a professor at MIT. No, but thank you very much.
There have been some Captain Lou Albano action figures by way of wrestling attire, but yeah, I mean that makes
sense. How do you feel about the voices, Mark? The new voices? Dude,
okay, so it's interesting because there's some differences. So then with that, I've never like Toad rings through as like I mean we always love Toad, but it's like a comforting thing. Like, oh, these fucking Toad's the same, because good or bad, it's a little bit like jarring. It's jarring, but I understand because they're shaking up the villains. So that's like the first thing we see. The first scene probably smartly introduced to all of the Koopalings. Yeah. However, I mean, it's just weird for me. We're not starting. I mean, right away, no captain's log. No, here's what's going on.
Yeah, no, not even.
But they really are.
Log.
It's weird because they. It's like they. I like that they didn't treat the audience like they were stupid. Like, we're changing things, but also like we know who Mario is. So it's also just Mario. We're not gonna But right, I mean, was there more of an opening than what I saw in this? There's just that weird thing where they just sort of play the Mario 3 overworld footage, and that really it's got kind of a low budget feel. I felt,
Play it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're right to business.
Right to business. There's a little curtain animation, and then the episode title is just over like some footage of someone playing the game on the NES.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah. We're being told there's a regular opening that's just not attached to this. It sure sounds like.
Okay.
Here Here's the level of professionalism we're at, folks.
Yeah,
Our guest dropped out at the last minute. We haven't seen the fucking opening. This is.
Do you want to hear? Let's play the new Mario voices and get our takes on it.
I didn't even get to that.
There's so many things that you could listen to if you want like actual information about this stuff. I can't imagine at this point anybody's like, time to tune into this show to figure out the deal with the background of Mario. Like, I think the point is like, I like Mark and Jeremy, and I want to hear them react to this dumb bullshit.
I hope so.
I really do. That's all we have.
You know, it's funny because I've often wondered about the reaction video. I'm people react to things. What the fuck am I doing if not reacting to a cartoon? Well, thanks.
We should also we have 2 new reviews on iTunes that we're supposed to read.
We got okay. Yeah, well, that's perfect.
Real quick,
we can split them up. Yeah, if you want.
You want the first one or the second one?
I gotta get there real quick, so just do whichever one you want, and I'll grab the other one.
All right, I'm gonna be a dick and do the short one.
Okay.
This is from Stuart AA. Thank you for your 5-star rating. It's a net.
Oh, I looked at that right when I got there. Okay. But this is good too because I would hate. Yeah, this is we gotta talk. Toad needs to talk to you directly in this one. So
yeah, please.
This is good. 5-star review. Thank you, by the way, Dick McThermott.
Jeremy, for the love of God.
That was the title of the review. The body of the review, it reads,
please adjust your microphone. Every time you talk, I can barely hear you. So then I turn the volume up. But then when you laugh, my eardrums explode. Other than that, great cast.
Yeah, thank you for that review.
Sorry about my Tom Waits Toad. I don't know how that...
Tom Waits Toad.
That was fucking rough. Maybe it wasn't that bad, but it felt like rough.
Yeah, I apologize for my audio. No one else seems to have an issue with it, so I don't really know what to do to fix it. But I
feel like I've failed you because I'm always your sounding board. I'm like, yeah, sounds good. And there was the thing where you famously sounded like a kidnapping victim, but I don't know if it's just the way we do this.
Who cares?
My shit doesn't sound the same as their shit. I don't know.
All right, I'm gonna play the Mario voice, and we're gonna complain about it.
Dude, ready? Yeah, this is amazing.
To my friends, I'm in gigantic trouble.
Gigantic trouble!
And that's Mario and Luigi. No, I'm just kidding. That's a giant man and a parrot.
Yeah, I would tell you what was happening if I fucking knew.
My royal army has just been defeated by giant ninja Koopas, and now they're marching here to capture me.
No job is too big for the Super Mario Brothers, Prince. We'll protect you.
Mario sounds to me like us doing an impression of Mario.
It's far. Yeah. I was thinking
I don't know. It's Italian guy.
It's funny. Maybe it's the Bob Hoskins thing is in my head for obvious reasons, but he sounds like Bob Hoskins. He talks like Eddie Valiant or something, like this hard-boiled detective character or something amongst cartoons.
It sounds too much like a real dude.
What are you bothering me for? I don't know. I got to get home.
I don't know.
It's me, Mario. I don't even like pizza. It's just an important part of my heritage because I'm an Italian man from Brooklyn. Also, I'm going to fight a giant lizard man today.
I know. This sounds like a Mario that would like catcall the princess.
Yeah. Hey, sweet stuff.
Hey, why don't you jump back over this way, huh?
Hey, you float above me a little bit.
She sounds terrible also. She sounds the worst, I think.
Yeah, I think Luigi's probably the best because it just sounds like a generic sort of Luigi type voice. You know what I mean? I think Luigi's fine. It's fine, I would say.
There's a clip around 8:15. This is the very end where Mario rescues the princess. Spoiler alert. And, something sounds wrong with Peach. Peach sounds like she got like 1950s lobotomized. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Let me play the clip.
Grab them, Koopalings!
Oh, this is horrible. Koopa's so mean. I bet he's gonna turn Mario into a miniature poodle too.
What are you talking about, Peach? Like, what happened to you?
Sounds
you used
like
to be so cool.
What happened to you, man? So yeah, the voices are what they are. Mario is just unreal. It's a lot of fun.
I'm gonna try to pause on fucked up Luigi. There he is.
Is Luigi trying to sound like Danny Wells more than Mario is trying to sound like Lou Albano? Is my theory.
Does he talk in this scene?
Dollar idea. I always wanted twin poodles.
It worked, Princess. Koopa doesn't realize he's been tricked.
I don't know.
Yeah.
He sounds a little more like Danny Wells.
It's okay. It would be,
I don't think it's bad. It's just wrong. I also really love the sing-songy voices of the Super Show, where like Mario's not like, "Hey, how's it going?" He's like, "Hey, how's it going?" He's like Yogi Bear, right?
Yeah.
Maybe that's just the way we did it, but like
Mario sounds like rough, man. Like in this, like it just sounds like.
Sounds like he needs a nap.
It just sounds like right. It sounds like he just took a shit and needs to take a nap or something.
Luigi's
like
purple as fuck in this also.
Grown man. Yeah. Okay. Did we? Well, I guess it was.
Yeah. Sorry. Continue.
I was gonna say no. It was in the interest of introducing the voices, but we've ping ponged around a little bit. So yeah, we do start with Koopa yelling at all of his kids, telling them they got to be fucking bad or whatever. I don't know.
Koopa and his
troopers. And then the classic shit. He's got this big painting of that guy. The mushroom guy.
Yeah.
Who is it? What's going on? What's the story here?
The story is that there's a guy from Giant Land who's a giant, and they're like, we gotta get rid of this guy.
Right.
They're just like very quickly like, this guy's no good. We have to take over whatever the fuck he's up to.
And I love Giant. I love.
Like, all right.
I love some Giant Land stuff. That was always my favorite shit in Mario 3.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah, it's one of the worlds in Mario 3.
I've never played Mario 3.
Huge. And it was cool because the Mario 3 is really, this obviously has been said a million times, but it's definitely just like a cut above anything else, say for a handful of games, probably. Like it's just one that is super, super cool. And something like the large world is so cool because just like, you could just do giant sprites. It was like an effect you could do on the NES. Right. You couldn't shake things up too much, maybe compared to later things. But if suddenly the Koopas were 8 times bigger, it was like, wow, this is amazing. That was definitely some mind-blowing shit at a young age.
This also does look like it's out of Super Mario 64. With the big painting.
The painting, yeah, definitely. The way he does a backflip into it, I'm kidding around about it.
Mark, you jokester.
I kid around. Hey, look, we get on here. We kid around, everybody.
So yeah, they're just like I don't know. There's some reason I'm sure they're just like we're just gonna fuck this guy up.
It's kind of a lot. I know it sticks to the games, but it's just like damn. Like there's I don't know. As a broadcaster, I'm like I gotta learn eight fucking new characters right now.
There is something great where Koopa says he's gonna coop him into submission, which we know
I like that.
From experience that Koopa uses the word coop to mean fuck.
Mm-hmm.
He does say that, right? Am I crazy?
It's some variation on that. Yeah, that he's definitely gonna like Koopa back into next whatever or Koopa until they're.
Let's play the clip.
That's Prince Hugo the Huge, the new ruler of Giant Land. They say he's the biggest, toughest, bravest prince ever. Even for a giant, he's a giant. Giant schmiant, Big Mouth. He ain't that big a deal.
No, Big Mouth's right.
Right, Kid Dad. That's what I was gonna say. If somebody like Big Mouth or Cootie Pie ought to stop him.
Somebody is gonna stop him. I'm gonna turn Prince Hugo the Huge into a poodle. A miniature poodle. So, who's gonna bring me Prince Hugo so I can Koopa him into submission?
Creepy.
Sounds like doggy style. Hello. Look at it. Doesn't even really work.
It doesn't really work, but that's okay. We'll sell it.
Half a point. Give me half a point.
I'm sorry. I legally I cannot give you half a point. That's just not how points are split up.
I appreciate that. Can I give you a point for sticking to your guns?
Thank you. Yeah, I would appreciate that.
I agree to agree on that one.
Yeah, I'll agree to agree on that.
That was a thing we used to say. I thought that was a lot of fun.
So they turn these guys into a full-on ripoff of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which I think came out in the 80s. So they're just like, let's fucking steal it. I mean, for no reason, they'll be ninjas. They're the sneaky, lying, cheating giant
Sneaky, lying, cheating giant ninja Koopas. That was too long.
They are turtles.
I bet more than I can chew.
I wonder if they were jealous.
They are turtles. They're like, dude, right. I never thought about that. But Mario did get to Turtles first. Not that they have it exclusive.
I don't even know if that's true. When did the
Ninja Turtles Koopa. I would guess that first Mario game predates the first Turtles cartoon. Maybe not by much.
Let's look. The first comic is 1984. So
of the Ninja Turtles, right?
Yeah, and famously they're within the Daredevil universe, right?
I think it was famously an off-Broadway play first. No, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure the story goes that they're the Daredevil, you know, how he like gets his powers from like a bunch of oil, much like toxic goo. The goo
Right.
drips down into the sewers and hits a bunch of turtles that are, I guess, just hanging out in the
Is that
sewers.
right? Because I know it was on Mirage Comics, and so it was like an indie book of its time.
But I think it's that's like.
But that was the jumping off point. Right on. That's cool. I didn't know that. In the cartoon, it's famously a boy drops his fishbowl full of turtles, and I think the goo's already down in the sewer. Is that right?
The goo.
And then in the Ninja Turtles movies, Vanilla Ice famously administers the ooze. It's been a while since I've seen the movie, but that's how I remember it. I made that up. It is one of the all-time scenes, though, where they're just fighting. And unbeknownst to the Foot Clan, the Ninja Turtles, the criminal underworld, the superheroes, white hot artist Vanilla Ice is playing a show just next door. We somehow did not know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Look
okay.
how sad this one Koopa is. Oh, my God. I think that's Iggy.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah.
Anyway, they're big and they're ninjas. Off screen, they defeat Giant Land, and there's just one guy left.
Thank you. I'm sorry. That's right. I knew that. Someone pointed out that the ninjas in Daredevil were the hand, and that's where the foot came from. So it is a funny. It's like a funny. They did a funny twist on it.
I like that.
All right. Thank you.
Yes.
Our podcast is our fans teaching us things. That's the show.
That's fun. That's a cool premise for a podcast. No one's ever done a podcast where the fans teach the hosts.
This is a little bit. Do you remember my pitch for a weed-based game show?
Yes, it's a very good pitch.
It was called Wait, what was I saying? And the whole gag is like, you have to deal with me, the game show host, who's like not doing a good job because he's on too many drugs. A hard thing to be precise about week in, week out. Like
it's a perfect title.
Yeah, it's all title. It's all.
I'll tell you this: my mom. I told my mom that title. This is like 2 years ago, I think, and she loved it. She asks me about it every now and then.
I mean,
she is a hardcore fan of Wait, don't tell me.
Wait, don't. Yeah, wait. What was I saying?
It's a good name.
I remember a little bit with the hook was like a little bit like that old experience. That's a little bit outdated now. But that old experience of buying weed where you would have to kind of endure the hangout. It's kind of in stuff. It's in like Pineapple Express and other things but that's a very real thing.
You should do it. You should just
gotta hang out with this guy. I want to be the game show host that you're forced to hang out with.
That's great.
You know what I mean?
I think you should do the podcast. Unfortunately, it's a tricky one to do over Skype.
Over Skype, and just to be like, there's a planned off the railsness to it that I don't know how you
that's okay.
completely do, but
I would listen to it.
But that title, so yeah.
Anyway, these fucking guys, there's a big parrot for some reason. I don't know why the parrot's in the show, but I really like him because I think it's like this weird metaphor for like being attached to your prison, because he keeps saying, I love my cage. Like, please don't take away my cage.
He fucking says, I had my whole life in that cage was like my favorite part. That's like, what is this? It's Breaking Bad? Like, what?
Dark line.
Like, I had my whole life in that cage, man.
It was a cage, but it was me.
He didn't even get to grab his go bag out of the bird cage before they fucking put Mario and Luigi in there. Like, it's crazy. I love it. Hey, do you know what I just noticed? Did you notice how many views? Are you on the same page I am? This Mario episode has like 1 million views.
1.2 million views.
Is that a sex thing? Like when it's like because Zelda was tied up in an episode?
People don't like the Super Show that much. I think a lot of people, like, the general consensus is like, this is the real Mario cartoon. Okay.
I mean, it's more of an adaptation than a weird interpretation, Like this is like when they would send Hunter S. Thompson to cover a horse race, right, and you'd get some article that was like they sent those guys to make a Mario show and they got the Super Show. Right. Maybe it wasn't for everybody.
I'm gonna play this clip. No, let's just talk about it. They leave to get like the Tanuki suits, right?
Yeah. They have a plan. They have a target. And really, so it's a 10-minute episode, and we spend like almost the first 2 minutes. It's a little much with just Koopa and the boys and everything. It's welcome to see Mario, and then hey, you ready to jump into some shit and see what kind of hookups we get? Oh my God, I'm gonna eat a mushroom. It's a little strange.
Do you want to hear a clip of this very funny joke?
Yes.
Now what? Let go! I'll catch ya! Nice catch, Mario.
Couldn't see ya. The sun was in my eyes.
I was not. Run for it, Luigi!
And they have this fun little sequence where the son chases.
I was not.
I was not. I like that the son is also just an Italian guy.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, fuck you, dude. I'm the friggin' sun. I'm shining here.
Mm-hmm.
And they get Tanuki suits and they fly around. The son's like, hey, you flying raccoons.
You know what?
You see those brothers? And they're like, what's up? Sorry.
I'm sorry. Do you know what I would have had Mario or Luigi say if I wrote this?
Please.
I would have said, hey, no son of mine talks to me that way.
That's good. That's a lot better. I like that. That's better than what they said, which was, run!
I like it, though, because they're running. And like I said, there's question mark and those music note boxes. This looks like Mario 3. And they're flying around and shit. They get the Tanuki suits. It's just like the game. This is so much more like the game than the show ever was.
They call the Tanuki. He says he calls them raccoons, but they're not raccoons. We know that they're Tanukis. Tanuki is a raccoon dog. It's a different animal. People get mad about this online.
Yeah. And is it where's the origin of Tanuki? Did Mario make that up?
No, it's a Japanese
That's a thing?
animal.
It's real?
Asian raccoon dog.
I like all those. I like that. I like the sound of that. Big in Japan. Okay.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah.
Someone's pointing out that maybe it's the nostalgia speaking, but the animation feels a little cheaper. I think that's fair. I think the music's definitely a step down.
Although we have to do probably cheaper. There's
can't
no
wait
more live action. There's no more stars.
That's right. That's right. So in a way, it's retooled, but also not in some. Yeah, like it didn't necessarily come back bigger and better. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it was a sort of like put together ramshackle.
You want to see the fucking ugliest? Oh, they are raccoon suits. Is that true? Oh, I stand corrected. Porcupine Racetrack says that they are raccoon suits. They're not Tanuki suits. The Tanuki suits are the full ones. Fair enough.
Coming through. This is the show. It's us learning things.
Anyway, I'm gonna play this clip because they interact with the piranha plant, and it's the ugliest shit I've ever seen in my life. Look at that piranha plant, dude.
How I don't remember this at all. What is this little thing? Oh my god, they did Baby Yoda with the piranha.
He does look like a fucking fucked up Baby Yoda.
What is this? Oh my god, it really, like, for the folks listening at home, or if you're on the run, or if you're on I meant to say a run, but if you're on the run listening to our show and you could use a laugh
because you're currently being chased
whether you're
by
on
the law.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's right. If you're on the run and you just need to fucking take 5 and not think about the election for a while, whether you're Noam Chomsky or a criminal, you need to know that this doesn't resemble a piranha plant. It's coming out of a pipe and it's got maybe the same like outline, but it's just all green. It looks like a little baby. I don't know. It's uncomfortable.
Someone on Twitter said, speaking of Noam Chomsky, I noticed someone on Twitter said that Noam does not like when people publicize his emails.
Well,
the guy said he was Luigi. He wasn't talking about anything real.
Yeah, I mean, certainly, and for what it's worth, look, I hope we didn't upset him, but with all the discourse around Twitter, I would be surprised
I don't think that's the big one.
If that one even got on his radar in the last few days, maybe in like on a quieter day for him, sure. You know? But no. Yeah, someone pointed out that looks like a little Ninja Turtle head is a good way to describe this.
He does look like a Ninja Turtle head. He actually does look a lot like a fucked up Ninja Turtle head.
Because that thing would happen on the Ninja Turtles where it's like, you ever have a friend with glasses and you see them without glasses and they look like a different person, and it kind of takes you a half second, like, oh, interesting. You know, like that's like the Ninja Turtle without the colored headband. Whenever they would take it off, and be like, what is this? What is this naked comic book I'm reading?
He looks like looks like a first draft, the thing. Fucked up first draft of the Geico Gecko.
Mm-hmm. That's right. This is like if you gave me a pencil and said, Mark, draw a Ninja Turtle. I'd be, yeah, I'm sorry, this is what I came up with.
I'm not an artist.
That's right. This is like, sorry, I think he got a little bit of the ooze splashed on him, but not a lot. You know what I mean? He's a little more deformed than a mutant.
Yeah. Anyway, they take the parrot out of his cage. They shove everybody in it except for Mario, and they make him really small.
My whole life was in that cage. That bird got displaced. That's really sad.
Yeah, here, let's play the clip of the bird. I think he literally says I'm being evicted. You ready?
We gotta put
Mario in there.
Mario.
First you gotta catch me. Quick, get us out of here.
Get off my back, will ya?
It's our only chance to save Prince Hugo and all my friends.
I'm not leaving here without my cage. My whole life's in that cage. My Big Bird booster, my Worms from Outer Space comic book collection, everything.
I'll get you your royal cage back.
Promise?
Promise. Fly, bird, fly!
What a bizarre character to throw in for no reason.
And I think we're all having trouble adjusting to this Mario voice, as Porcupine Racetrack has voiced, speaking for us all. I'm sure that's
pretty rough.
It's wild. It's like, so you went from Lou Albano. This guy doing Mario. He sounds more like Sergeant Slaughter, so like, you know, like an actual like wrestler, like barking as opposed to just like a guy.
He doesn't sound like a nice
bit
man.
more jovial. Yeah, he's barking every line he's got. Hey, that sounds great. Let's go eat that. Like, it's just like, it's rough around the edges here. Aggressive Mario, it is being said very accurately. And then, yeah, it's like my favorite line. His whole life was in that cage. I kind of forgot. I don't want to tease too much that we're not to yet, but there's that whole original song lately that I thought about
very
that a second
good.
ago. I knocked like the music, like the in and out, like the background music is probably a notch below, but this shit later is a cut above.
There's not really much else to talk about. I mean, you know. Yeah, right. I mean, he calls Koopa Bowser, which I think is interesting.
Did you catch that? I think I didn't catch it, but then when you said it, I was like, oh, I don't doubt that at all. And it's so right easy. Here. It's so easy to do, and therefore I think easy to miss. I'm totally just making excuses for myself. But,
there you go.
But you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I didn't even notice.
Here it is.
Okay.
Here, I'll decide what land we're gonna take over. You're not taking over any land, you Bowser Koopa.
He uses both. He goes both.
What the fuck? No one's sure. That's why it's okay if we ever slip up, because no one's sure.
You Bowser Koopa.
That's insane.
Yeah, his voice is no good. I don't like it. Wow. I really miss Captain Lou, who seems just like a fun, jovial man who likes to eat pasta.
Of course. Just wants the pasta. He ad-libbed most of that food stuff, and then they had to draw it in there.
These guys are like clones. They're like fucked up clones of Mario and Luigi who have like replaced them. Like, this is like the kind of conspiracy theory where all the other mushrooms, like the toad people, like are like, do you think that Andrew WK is really him? Like, nah, dude, I think the government replaced Andrew WK, but it's that with like Mario and Luigi. Does that check out?
Is that what people say about Andrew WK? Sorry, not to miss the point.
That's like a.
That's one. Is that one?
From like many years ago that Andrew WK has been replaced.
Why? Why him?
I think people just think he looks different, but he.
The two-party system felt threatened.
Yeah. It's
I'm sure that's a hard time. I'm sure I'm just regurgitating hard time jokes. I'm sorry.
I'm trying to find pictures. People think that there's like photos. What the fuck is this?
I mean, maybe he got some work done, right? Knowing nothing about this.
He's also like, you know, people age.
Mm-hmm. And like,
say
what's
pre-2005, post-2005? They insist that he's a different guy.
But what's the agenda with the fake Andrew WK? Like,
well, didn't he like go to North Korea or something?
I don't know.
Didn't Andrew WK become like an ambassador?
Did he do a Dennis Rodman? Or maybe Dennis Rodman was doing an Andrew WK. I just didn't know that.
Andrew WK deemed two-party to be cultural ambassador. He said he was going to go to Bahrain.
Dude, are you actually like a controversial worldwide figure by promoting partying and world peace?
Yeah, I mean, apparently, so he tweeted, I'm just blown away. After a year of planning, the U.S. State Department just canceled my Middle East trip because I'm two-party. If you don't know who Andrew WK is, for those listening, he is a pop rock star. All of his songs are about loving parties. His outfit is that he's wearing a white t-shirt with blood on it coming from his mouth.
Yeah, all white. I think white pants, white shirt, all white. I think his band might have a band.
I think he wears jeans sometimes.
We want to party. We want to party. We want to have fun. We want to get wasted. These are all like different songs of his.
Yeah. So that's that. I mean, people thought that he was they thought that he was replaced. There's a lot of those things. Lady Gaga gets that a lot too, I think. But
wow, I don't know, man. Replacements.
I mean, Mario and Luigi were replaced.
They were replaced. We've got evidence of that.
Now we know their voices are wrong.
Right. If Andrew WK was like, "Hey, we want to party. We want to fucking party over here."
I'm trying to party, you Bowser Koopa.
I think they switched out.
What else fucking happens in this? Oh, right. Mario becomes Ninja Mario, right?
Yeah, there's this thing that happens. It's almost like when Adam West goes down the bat pole, he becomes big, and somewhere along the way, ninja outfit. And then later when he shrinks down, part of the shrinking animation, his gi also just animates back in overalls.
Dude, I'm just going to play this because I think it's funnier if we play it than if I say it.
What is it? Is it the hot track?
His name and the track.
Okay. This track is pretty popular.
Who's been fooling with my wands? Good, truthful, honest, giant Ninja Mario. That's who.
What is it? Good, truthful, honest, giant Ninja
Too many.
Mario?
They're throwing too many of these out because the name of the episode, again, is the sneaky, lying, cheating giant ninja. So, like, they're just trying to be like, throw at the wall and see what sticks.
Yeah,
like,
they don't get what's fun about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. All of those words are good.
They're good.
What are they? How old are they? They're teenage. What are they? They're mutant. What is their occupation? Ninja. You know what I mean? Like, that's what you need. Just 4 words. No
they have like sneaky, lying, cheating,
and cheating. You're already sneaky.
That's right. Yeah.
You're not even a mutant.
It just goes on too long. Sneaky, lying, cheating giant. Also, they are ninjas, Koopa.
Anyway, they've created a song for Mario, even though he's, also a fucking dumb name because he's now good, truthful, honest, giant Ninja Mario. All of those terrible words, like no kid's like, finally, a good, truthful, honest, giant ninja. All right. So they give him a song. What's up?
And I gotta say 2 things. The song fucks, and they have a good like original lyrics, and they step on some of them with too many sound effects, and I'm upset about that.
I also want to say I'm very proud of this show. They put Mario in a giant ninja outfit, and there is not one racist Japanese accent.
Are we getting somewhere? You're right. It was nice. I didn't notice that, but it's nice not to have, I suppose. Nice. Wow. They got the fucking troublemakers out of the room. I think. Yeah. Captain Lou always was pushing for that stuff.
No, yeah.
Why
can't it be more racist?
I regretted saying that halfway.
I want it to be more racist. It's not racist enough, Danny. I don't know. Lou, I don't know what you're talking about. It's pretty racist. It's fairly racist on the racist scale.
Guys.
Hey, dudes.
Hey, dudes. What if we
don't even talk, John, please. All right. I'm going to play this clip so we can hear the song. This is the song that they made for our good friend Mario.
You're a head bandit, sweat bandit, underhanded ninja man. A tough talking, fast walking, Koopa stalking ninja man. Ninja man, we're gonna get you, yeah. You're a head bandit, sweat bandit, underhanded ninja man. A tough talking, fast walking, ninja man.
Who's singing?
I don't know, but that is. I think it's this. You're a heartbreaker dream. Is that who sings that? Does Heart sing that, or is that in my head because the song says Heartbreaker? Is it Heart? My best guess is Heart, but I might be wrong. The chat will come through for us. I do not doubt, and I will not question what they say. So please do not feed me misinformation to make me say that's a Beatles song, because I will say it. But yeah, that's fucking fun as hell. Oh, it's Pat Benatar. I'm being told from a very reliable source. Thank you very much, Pat Benatar. There you go, the 5th Beatle, as they call her.
Yeah, that's what they always said.
So yeah, that was fun. Sweat Bandit. There's a lot of fun lines in there. A lot really whizzes by. It's good though. I wonder. That might be my highlight of the episode. I don't know about you, but that song is a breath of fresh air coming towards the end as well.
They turn the big guy into a dog. They undogify him, and that's really it, right? Mario gets small. They run away.
Like if I
run away, lives to Coop another day.
They go to Coop collectively as a family. They're gonna,
they Coop off.
Now it's weird because is it the sex thing? So there's different. We know which one I mean when I say that.
They Coop off.
They Coop off to go Coop together. They'll Coop other people later. It's different.
Yeah, they Coop each other senseless. What did he say before?
Something like that. Can we watch him shrink back down and
Coop
become
into
Mario
submission?
Again?
Yeah, sure.
There's really no mention of
Apparently this is not the only episode where someone gets turned into a dog, according to Get Lucky. So let's keep an eye out for more people turning into dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a classic thing where how many people became furries because of the Mario show?
Yeah.
Mario and Luigi become raccoons. The giant becomes a dog. There's a bunch of talking lizards in it.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing wrong with being a furry. I don't really care, but was it because of the Mario show? Probably, in some respect.
Mm-hmm. As we wind down, there's also some I'd like to jump back and listen to a funny thing. I don't mean wind down. I just mean hit the end of this. We're fucking out of this 10-minute episode. I love it. Sorry. What is this the very end?
What do you mean?
What happens?
What happens? I thought we were gonna play the clip.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm all over the place.
Let's do it. Let's play the last minute.
Play it. Let's play it.
Thank you, Mario. You've been a big help in saving Giant Land.
Now, forget it, Prince. We're just glad to have you on Poodle.
Here, Mario. I better turn you back to normal.
My cage! Mario ruined my cage! You promised me you'd get me back my cage!
Well, I did, kinda. Besides, Luigi and I can fix it.
You'd better fix that cage, Mario, or you'll be one sorry plumber!
Just what we need. A miserable, squawking, angry giant ninja parrot.
I didn't even know that. Was the parrot a ninja?
I guess maybe now. Like it wasn't, but what a shitty ending. I really was like watching it, and I was mindful of the time the whole time because it was, like I mentioned, it's short and stuff. I'm like, oh, we're winding down, and like I guess I pictured like a different, I don't know what I pictured, but some more of an ending. But it's like it's weird they're setting up a bird chase with 20 seconds left.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like
that's just that's next time.
This is the end. The bird just starts chasing him around. I think it's kind of dumb.
Okay, so some questions in the chat I think we should address.
Yeah.
Where is the dog power up in Mario? That's a great question. There should be a dog power up. I guess a power down because it seems to.
They've done a lot of animals, but never dogs, have they? Right?
No,
is that
dogs.
Yeah.
Wait, did we watch the beginning? I don't know what the plot was. We did watch the beginning a little bit. The plot is that
I still don't. I don't know.
Want to defeat the giant guy.
They basically just kidnap. Yeah, they don't
They don't have a reason for it. They're just like, okay, so we want to kidnap we want to take over Giant Land. There's one guy there who's a giant prince, and they're like, how do we do that? We turn into ninjas, right? They're not like, no one's stopping at any point and being like, what hold on, like, why are we doing any of this? Why is it a ninja? Like, what's going on here? But they just use the ninja wand to turn them into giant ninjas. That's really all there is to it.
And can I say that we had a big interview lined up, but we decided to do this topical episode about a militia kidnapping a governor?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, he's the governor of Giant Land, and these alt-right militia members, Iggy, Roy, Wendy, and Cootie Pie, whatever their names are. Anyway, that's really it. That's really the whole thing. JD says, is this turning back into a Super Mario Bros. 3 watch podcast? Not necessarily. I think we're just gonna, it's the Hard Drive podcast, and part of that is gonna be watching Super Mario Bros. 3, and we're gonna do it, once a month-ish. Yeah, I think that's basically it. Was
Real
Toad
doctor
in this episode? Yeah, he was a little bit. What's up?
Yeah, that is true though. Not enough, but a lot going on. I guess first episode, 11 minutes, getting everyone in there and getting some new stuff. Real Dr. Feelgood, which I looked at and wondered if that was a real name, and now I realized I think it's a play on like Dr. Feelgood, which is really funny that it's like a name like Phil Good with an E at the end. Island name, really great name. Was this written by old people who didn't get TMNT? I think that's a very good possibility. Like again, where you just sort of like
and they just didn't really understand.
Like you thought you could translate the formula like Teenage Mutant, just scratch each word out. You just scratch each word out and this. Stinking lion, dirtbag Koopas. Yeah, we got it.
Stinking lion, dirtbag Koopas. That's a show. I would watch that cartoon. That's a good cartoon.
That sounds like fun.
Sneaky, lying, cheating, giant. That's so many fucking
It adjectives. Sucks. It's the first episode.
What's the next episode? Do we even know?
Like the B-side to this one? I don't know.
What is that?
I don't know.
Oh, the next one is Reptiles in the Rose Garden. There's not that many episodes.
Lovely. Yeah, because then it becomes Mario World, right?
Yeah.
And after one run here, and then Yoshi shows up.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I think, did they keep most of the voice talent? Do you know? I don't know.
I think they did.
Stalker hangs on, right?
To World?
Yeah.
Let's see.
I wonder.
So what are the names
they
people?
Do?
Because we actually haven't even read
what their names are. I looked earlier. That's the best I can do.
I can't even find it.
No one knows. Famously lost to history. Patrick Dempsey burnt these records.
Hold on. Let me see real quick.
Toad. I've heard Toad is not in the world, but Stalker gets a new character.
That makes me really upset. Walker Boone is Mario. Tony Rosato is Luigi. Tracy Moore is Toadstool. So let's see who these people are. Tony, Tracy, and Walker.
Tony Rosato is lovely.
Walker Boone is in Star Trek during season 1.
Walker Boone's a hell of a name too. Jesus.
Tony Rosato,
get out of here. You sure it's not risotto? That would be a funny pronunciation.
That would. He's Antonio Rosato, Canadian voice actor, comedian.
My God.
Wait, he was on SNL? What?
What? Featuring Tony Rosato.
Who is this man? He was a cast member on SCTV and Saturday Night Live.
Not bad. And he
what season? The 81-82 season. Is that the one famously?
That sounds like...
That's like the very bad season?
I think they retooled hard for 1 year. It didn't work. And they did a course correction and maybe like retooled again or something. But that sounds about right.
Yeah, that's...
bunch of comedy scabs. I don't know if that's accurate.
He was only on 1 year. That sucks, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry to hear that. Well,
hey man, here we are talking about you. We're not talking about fucking Will Ferrell. Whatever happened to that guy, right? You're fine. You're doing great, Tony.
May 5th, 2005, Rosato was arrested and charged with criminal harassment of his wife, Leia, who asserted that his deteriorating mental health had caused her to fear her safety and that of the couple's infant daughter. Charge was laid after Rosato complained repeatedly to police that his wife, who had recently left him, and daughter had been abducted and replaced by imposters, a belief characteristic of Capgras delusion.
Hey, he thought they got Andrew WK'd.
Dude, he thought they got Mario and Luigi'd. He was like, I know what it's like when they get rid of somebody's family. This is an offensive joke. But fuck, man.
I can't believe it's all come together like this. By the way, that shit you just read, this is why you always need to have the fucking the music. What is it? The serial music, because that got kind of intense.
Do one? Should we do one?
I mean, I think we've already laid it out there. That was pretty wild.
What happened to Mario and Luigi? Why have their voices changed?
That's really fucked up, though, man.
That is fucked up.
That the guy that replaced Danny Wells. You're right. It's not. I don't know if it's okay.
Look, I don't know if it's all right, but
it's all right. Nobody can win that.
Who took Mario and Luigi? Why have their voices changed? Two Italian plumbers, stripped from their home in Brooklyn, sent to the Mushroom Kingdom, only to come back different? That's all I got.
I was trying to you were going deep into the kayfabe, and I was thinking more about the guy who.
Sorry, that's fair.
Was hired.
A man hired to replace another man who believes that his own family has been replaced. I was on SNL for 1 season.
I was replaced with Eddie Murphy. It can happen to anyone. I replaced Danny Wells. Do you know who Danny Wells is? Have you any idea?
People were saying to get him on the podcast. He is passed away, unfortunately, so we can't get him. Even if he didn't harass his wife.
One day, my dad came home from an Andrew WK concert and said he'd been thinking about things.
He became an ambassador. All right. Well, should we rate this out of 10?
I give this a party out of 10.
This episode?
Yeah.
Right,
no, it's very party. Can we play my favorite clip before? I'm sorry. Can you go to 3:15? So this thing happens. I mentioned it earlier. I just love gruff Mario explaining video game mechanics. This was my highlight of the episode where they're flying in their suits and Mario reminds everyone how the video game works.
Okay, 1 second. Yeah, what's the time frame?
Like go to 3:15.
Okay, I got it.
What do you make of these?
These? Seems to be energy resources. But I've never seen
what's happening
on Earth. I don't know where this energy came from, but cannot let it fall into Dr. Wowie's hands. You must recover all the energy immediately, Mega Man.
But where is Dr.
Mega Man?
All right, sorry. What's the time frame?
3:15.
When he said I haven't heard my favorite clip, I was like,
oh yeah, that's a great point.
Super Mario Brothers!
Hey, flying raccoons, you didn't happen to see where those two pesky plumbers went, did you?
Behind that cloud.
Thanks.
Why does he have teeth? Why does the
sun does have teeth? And I love you know what they told the writers. There's the series Bible or whatever the things. Because guys, shut the fuck up about pasta, okay? When they get powers, they're just gonna say, "Oh, I don't know, Super Mario Brothers." No more pasta power. It's weird. They pray to a noodle, and we don't understand it. Make them just say the name.
Make them just say the fucking name, man. They're the Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah. Pasta power. Okay, will you play the rest of it too? Because then I think he tells them they can't get hit.
It's not too bright. Now let's hightail it back to Giant Land and stop those no good ninja Koopas. Remember, Mario, don't let any Koopa touch you, or you'll lose your power.
Sure.
Remember, don't let your mother unplug the Nintendo.
Don't forget to buy the DLC, Mario.
We don't have saving yet, Mario. You have to leave the game on pause.
Take a break every 15 minutes or so to get some rest, some fresh air, Mario. Yeah, it's about selling. And Lou didn't want to do it, and Danny didn't want to do it, so they were replaced. They were kidnapped.
Is that accurate? Was it numbers? They couldn't get the numbers right.
That's my theory.
Or somewhere, Andrew WK, Lou Albano, Danny Wells. They're all in a basement somewhere.
This guy's Tony Rosado's family.
The real Tony Rosado's family. Tony Rosado's real wife and daughter. Dude, something about the whole world's fucking weird, right? But something about this thing we do, every time we look someone up, it's not just like, oh, and then look at they fucking run a dance studio now. It's like, oh, look, and now he's shocking his balls and trying to make it a career. Oh, look, he thought his family were imposters, and it's just
talk about imposter syndrome.
I feel like Batman holding the giant bomb right now. I don't know.
Yeah,
trying to connect everything we've ever talked about.
I'm trying to see if he did anything special. I don't know. Is he still alive? We could talk to that guy. He was in Warehouse.
And so is Walker Boone Mario?
Yes.
Okay. And he was on a Star Trek, you said?
Yeah, for a season. He doesn't seem to have done much beyond this. I can't see if he's still around. I don't see anywhere. But
you got a great name. The name
Walker Boone. It's a good name. And then Tracy Moore is Toadstool.
Oh, what about Tracy? You got anything for Tracy?
Canadian voice actor.
So still Canada. It's still Dick Entertainment, by the way.
She does Sailor Moon. She briefly does the voice of Sailor Moon, but
so Stalker. She met Stalker. She met Stalker on this production. That's what that tells me.
She voiced Emma Frost in X-Men, as well as Phoenix but not Jean Grey, apparently.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. She's still alive. She's 60.
Hell yeah. All right.
Let's talk to her.
Let's get her. I wonder. So, yeah, I don't know. You wonder, this is like fringy stuff, but it's like when we talk to John Stocker, these people, there's fans of everything everywhere. I bet we wouldn't be the first ones to track her down and ask her what it's like, you know?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Should we rate this bad boy? What do you think?
I don't know. There's a lot to take in. Let's do it. Should we do it on a scale of 10? Are we doing MVP?
Do you want to do a different scale? It's a new thing. Should we change the system up?
I don't know. I think we should keep it because we should go, because this is us, like, it's in the mix of episode styles that we'll do an old style. So let's keep it going, I think. Yeah. So because it was nice to come back, because there was no Captain N, because there was a minimal but still there amount of Toad and just familiar characters, a lot to like. We joke about the new Mario, but it kind of doesn't feel great. 7, a generous 7.
Yeah,
a gentleman's 7, we'll say.
That's fair.
Because I'm drinking scotch, I'll give him a gentleman's 7. You know.
Yeah. No, I was gonna give like an 8.
Okay.
An 8. It's fun. There's some fun stuff in it. But unfortunately, the Mario and Luigi have been murdered and replaced by body doubles.
Something was wrong. I didn't suspect that. Yeah, I suspected something that was. It's almost as if they've been kidnapped and replaced with clones.
Yeah, we're not going to watch the second episode yet. We'll probably watch that next time, Cody Kitty. But I looked it up and I thought you were joking. Yes, that's the episode where King Koopa kidnaps George H.W. Bush. So.
What?
That is the next episode of the thing. So, tune in next time when we do one of these.
So much like influencing whatever else, we've talked about, Air Bud, maybe most recently, maybe the Simpsons, Simpsons famously had a really good George H.W. Bush episode, but Mario did it.
Yeah, this is a real thing that it is specifically, they go to the White House.
Okay, we need to, if this isn't next, we need to bump it up, please. Look at that. Oh my God.
Yeah, we'll watch it soon. Don't worry.
And wait, and this is, what year? This is 90?
Yeah, dude.
So he's the vice president here? No, he's president. He was president, 88 to 92.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So there you go. So
yeah, he's
crazy.
In it.
What if? What if? I don't know.
Reptiles in the Rose Garden, which I assume they are referring to the reptiles being the Koopas, but I think it's because George H.W. Bush is a lizard person.
So.
Yeah, it'll be good. That's it. Yeah, there's a perfect episode for election month. We'll probably watch it right around November 3rd.
Let's keep that locked and loaded. That's exciting, and
1 month,
let's keep our fingers crossed.
Roughly a month, we'll get some fun guests, and this will be a partial Mario 3 podcast, and we'll do it in a way that it stays fresh for everybody.
Maybe this is how we meet NOAM in the middle.
Yeah, dude. Maybe NOAM will want to come on and talk about George H.W. Bush. I'm sure he has at least.
You want to talk about? Yeah, and that's the thing. That's the rope-a-dope or whatever. The bait and switch is just, you want to talk about George H.W. Bush with a couple of satirists.
Real quick, who is your MVP this episode? You want me to go first?
Oh my God. Yeah, you go first, please. I'll run it back in my head real quick.
Mine is the parrot. I relate very much to the parrot. Please don't rip me from my cage. It's got all my stuff in it.
I know. I did love that. I love the parrot. I enjoyed Mario's performance a lot. Hard to say it's an MVP. John Stocker didn't have enough to do. No one really did in 10 minutes. So I give it to the song, if that's allowed, because I enjoyed the song the most. That was it's not most valuable paisano, I guess.
Isn't it weird that
song? I don't know.
We said early in the episode that the Koopas reminded us of the Bushes.
Yeah, and here we are. So
here we are. George Bush. I'm on the Mario Wikipedia, mariowiki.com/file:georgebush.jpg. Why is that on there? I don't know.
I think I have a theory. Do you want to know how I think this all came to be? I think they were coming up with the new show. They had maybe a chalkboard. I don't know if whiteboards were in style in the early 90s. Yeah, what was going on in the writer's room? Maybe it was an easel with paper. I don't know. But they were writing things. They were like Koopas, kids, and then somewhere they wrote Bush and everything. Mm-hmm. And then they went home. And the next day they came and they didn't know why that stuff was on the chalkboard.
Right.
So then like, oh, I think we're going to do a George Bush episode.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then they had to.
And then they wrote a George Bush episode. And then someone was like, no, you idiots. You said to make him like, never mind.
We were trying to make it so that Koopa has a hairy bush.
Oh, no.
For when he coops. No. All right. Do we have anything else to say, or should we call this a podcast?
I think that's it, man. I think that's it. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. We're a day early on Twitch. Thanks for everyone hanging out and putting up with our abnormal scheduling. And we got some cool things coming down the pike here, including what I just learned with everybody else: a George H.W. Bush kidnapping episode of the Mario Brothers cartoon, which is which is just right up home plate for us.
As per usual, if you throw us a rating on iTunes, we will say it as Toad until our voice cracks.
And then
we will have to stop because we are physically no longer capable.
I do have a new MVP. Can I give it to two people?
Yeah, please. There's no rules.
The two people who have made this show possible. Not Mark and Jeremy. Not Mario and Luigi. Not Mark and Jeremy. Highlander and the Lord.
Yeah, shouts out to Highlander and the Lord. The only whiskey
coming through
that is just it's got a bunch of grains.
The only Scotch whiskey blend bourbon Scotch that I have drank during the show today.
Only brown drink. How was it? How would you review it?
It was good.
Because me, I got a blue moon in my eye.
In your eye? Oh, well, you're doing it wrong. There's your problem.
Isn't that the line from The Sopranos? Am I misremembering The Sopranos?
No, when the blue moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie?
Yeah. No. What's the theme song of The Sopranos? So I have to look up The Sopranos intro before we end this podcast.
We woke up this morning. The other day we were watching Sopranos for the millionth time, and my wife said, "There's a part now that we say that sounds like he says shave my body," but he doesn't say shave my body, but it sure sounds like he says shave my body.
All right, let's end this podcast on the intro to The Sopranos season 1.
I think it was good, but also I don't know. I'm still fuzzy on the relationship between Scotch and whiskey. I don't know. Thanks for checking us out, everybody.
What did you just say, Mark? Blue moon in your eye, baby.
Blue moon in your eye. You're goddamn right. Please keep playing it to shave my body.
Anyway, thanks for joining.
Right-o-roll.
Have a good rest of your week. Bye-bye. Bye forever. Bye-bye. Stay out of the woods. Watch The Sopranos.
Those are my Sopranos opening noises.